Arsenal have already brought in around £70 million worth of talent this summer, with 5 new additions coming through the door at the Emirates. It looks unlikely that any more will follow, although head coach Unai Emery has stated that he could yet make another move in the transfer market, should a big opportunity arise before August 9. So what have the summer arrivals done so far in terms of the true value of Emery's squad? We assess what we think what the current Arsenal dressing room is worth. Petr Cech, the Premier League legend, is now approaching the end of his long career and looks set to play second fiddle to Bernd Leno at Arsenal this summer, should he decide to stay in North London. There are even suggestions he could return to Chelsea. Value, £2 million. David Ospina. Like Cech, Ospina's future is far from clear following the arrival of Leno. He wants first-team football, and it could be that he finally leaves this Emirates this summer. Value, £6 million. David Ospina could be on his way out of Arsenal. Bernd Leno. The German international has just arrived from Bayer Leverkusen for around £20 million and looks set to be Unai Emery's number 1. At just 26 and having just signed a new 5-year contract, Leno's price tag will already have increased. Value, 25 meters. Emiliano Martinez. With one of the either Cech or Ospina set to leave this summer, Martinez could stay and be third-choice keeper at Arsenal this season. The Argentinian has his admirers at the Emirates. Value, £3 million. Hector Bellerin. The Spaniard has his doubters, but he has all the attributes to be a top-class fullback if coached correctly. A real talent and tied down to a long-term contract. Value, £40 million. Sokratis signed from Borussia Dortmund this summer for around £17 million. A quality defender, but one who has now gone the wrong side of 30, so his value is only going to go one way. Value, £17 million. Laurent Koscielny. The Frenchman has proved to be a wonderful signing for Arsenal and has been one of the Premier League's most consistent defenders in recent years. But he is now 32 and has struggled with injuries, so his best days are behind him. Value, £10 million. Stefan Lichtsteiner. The Swiss international has arrived on a free transfer to add some experience and a winning mentality to the squad. He's only on a 1-year deal, so will be available for a free next summer, unless Arsenal take up the option of a further year. Value, £1 million. Arsenal unveil new signing Stefan Lichtsteiner. Image, Stuart McFarlane. Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Rob Holding. A talented, young English centre-back who has huge amounts of potential. Signed a new deal earlier in the year. Value, £15 million. Nacho Monreal. The Spaniard has proved to be an excellent signing and finished second in last season's Player of the Year vote. Now 32, but still a top-class fullback. Value, £6 million. Seed Kolasinac fell out of favour with Arsene Wenger during his first season at Arsenal, but could flourish under Unai Emery. An attacking fullback who is a real threat going forward down the left. Big potential. Value, £15 million. Shkodran Mustafi. The German has never justified his huge £35 million price tag following his move from Valencia. A very capable defender on his day, but he is prone to make rash decisions which can cost the team. Value, £20 million. White Torino forward Mbaye Niang won't be joining Arsenal this summer. Callum Chambers, highly rated by Arsenal and has been handed a new contract by Unai Emery. The Gunners rejected a bid of £20 million last summer for the centre-back, so he has to be worth more than that now in the current market. Value, £25 million. Carl Jenkinson. He must surely be on the way out of the club this summer, providing a buyer can be found. Crystal Palace offered £7 million last summer, but Arsenal won't receive that high a fee this time around. Value, £3 million. Konstantinos Mavropanos. The young Greek defender showed at the end of last season how talented he is following his January switch to the Emirates. Huge amounts of potential and very highly rated at the Emirates. Value, £6 million. Konstantinos Mavropanos bursts away from Alexis Sanchez in the Premier League in April 2018. Image, David Price, Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Mohamed El Neni, a valuable squad member who has only recently signed a new deal, enjoyed a fine run of form last season before injury ended his campaign early. Value, £12 million. Henrik Mkhitaryan looks set to be a major player for Arsenal this summer following his impressive start to life in North London during the second half of the 2017-18 campaign. Exceptional talent, who can score goals and create. Value, £30 million. Aaron Ramsey. His value is somewhat skewed by the fact he is out of contract next summer. In the current market, a goal-scoring midfielder of his caliber and experience should be worth in the region of £70 million per £80 million, but Arsenal would not receive that if he is sold this summer. Value, £45 million. Mesut Özil. Arsenal star player, but someone who divides opinion massively. On his day, there is no better playmaker out there, and Arsenal will be hoping for a big season from the German star. Value, £50 million. Lucas Torreira. Arguably the most exciting of Arsenal's summer signings. His performances at the World Cup suggest the £26 million Arsenal paid him will prove to be a bargain. Value, £35 million. Matteo Guendouzi. A talented midfielder who Arsenal hope will flourish into a star. One for the future. Value, £8 million. Granit Xhaka. Highly rated by Unai Emery and rewarded with a summer contract. Fans will hope he can now go on and justify the £30 million transfer fee Arsenal shelled out to bring him to the club 2 years ago. Value, £30 million. Granit Xhaka of Arsenal. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. The breakthrough star of last season and now tied down to a long-term deal. A player who can operate in several positions. Young, talented and English. Massive potential. Value, £20 million. Takuma Asano. The Japan international has just agreed to spend another year on loan in Germany. It doesn't look like he will ever get the chance to stake a claim at Arsenal. Value, £3 million. Joel Campbell. A talented player on his day, but not quite good enough to be an Arsenal regular. Expected to move on this summer. Value, £5 million. Alexander Lacazette. Solid first season at Arsenal following his move from Lyon, but Arsenal will be hoping for even more from the French striker in 2018-19. Lacazette has plenty to prove after being left out of the France squad for the World Cup. Value, £50 million. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Goals. Aubameyang may be 29 now, but a striker with his goal-scoring record is worth his weight in gold. Signed for £55.5 million in January, it would cost more than that to get him out of Arsenal now. Value, £65 million. Alex Iwobi. A player who has come through the academy but has seen his progress stall in the past year. At just 22, Iwobi has huge potential and the attributes to be a force in the Premier League, but whether he makes the grade at Arsenal remains to be seen. Value, £15 million. Danny Welbeck. The England international now has less than 1 year left on his contract and could well be sold this summer as part of Unai Emery's rebuild. Everton are believed to be interested in the former Manchester United man. Value, £10 million. Lucas Perez. The Spaniard is hoping to use pre-season to force his way into Unai Emery's plans for the new season. Signed for £18 million 2 years ago, he has so far failed to make his mark in North London. Value, £10 million. Henrik Mkhitaryan celebrates scoring a goal with Lucas Perez at Boreham Wood. Image, David Price. Arsenal FC via Getty Images. Chuba Akpom. The young striker is expected to finally leave the club this summer as he enters the final year of his deal. With Eddie Nketiah's emergence during the past 12 months, Akpom has fallen even further down the pecking order at Arsenal. He enjoyed a successful loan spell in Belgium with Sint-Truidense VV during the second half of last season, and it could be that they look to turn that into a permanent move before the start of next season. Value, £3 million. Academy stars Reiss Nelson. Just 1 year left on his current deal, Arsenal are hoping to extend his stay imminently. Real talent. Value, £5 million. Eddie Nketiah. Unlike Nelson, he has signed a new deal and committed his future to the club. One of the brightest young striking talents in English football. Value, £10 million. Keep up to date with the latest news, features and exclusives from Football London via the free Football London app for iPhone and Android. Available to download from the App Store and Google Play.